everyone. Hello, people hello, my undead fans. Evil Ash, that makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. But it'll do, I guess. Well, since it's Halloween, we figured we'd talk about someone who's popular in American folktale and is scary. He comes from the Revolutionary War, is a Hessian soldier, and was featured in the movie made by Tim Burton, Sleepy Hollow. Yes, it's true. He even committed a home invasion in that movie. Yes, the Headless Horseman, because it's Halloween. And, dare I say, why not? Yes. Yes. Now, it is time to learn, gather around. There is no campfire, sadly, but just imagine one being there. Gather around, learn about this American folktale creep and burglar, at least one home, from Evil Ash. Yes, I will have fun doing this. The horseman was a Hessian mercenary, sent to these shores by German princes to keep Americans under the British rule. But unlike the other soldiers who came not for money, but for the love of battle, he came for battle, not money. He rode a black steed named Daredevil. He was known to ride straight into battle, cutting off the heads of his enemy soldiers. Despite his fearsome reputation, and being described as a butcher, the Hessian is shown to care greatly for his horse. After Daredevil is shot and wounded, he comforts the hurt animal. He is also shown to let two little girls live even after they betray his position to pursuing American soldiers. The Hessian is killed after being ambushed by revolutionary soldiers. They cut off his head with his own sword, after which they throw his body into a shallow grave. Scout, it's your turn. Years later, he is resurrected as the Headless Horseman and controlled through the use of black magic, with the intention of being used as a weapon by Lady Van Tassel. Lady Van Tassel later revealed that she offered her soul to the devil in order to bring the Hessian soldier back to life. In order to take revenge on the townsfolk she blamed for her misery. Under Lady Van Tassel's control, the Hessian does not kill randomly. Instead, his victims are picked by Lady Van Tassel. He executes his target with cruel efficiency. The Hessian, does, however, kill Brom Bones, who was not picked as a target. The Headless Mercenary only did so to remove Brom from his way after Brom repeatedly attacks him. This makes Brom the only innocent civilian to be killed by the horseman outside of Lady Van Tassel's control. The Hessian is known to kill his targets quickly and skillfully. He is also shown to be extremely skilled and have unmatched dexterity. Before his death, the Hessian is shown to hold himself well against a group of American Revolutionary soldiers, using his sword and battle axe simultaneously before being defeated. The Hessian is also shown to be calculating and innovative. When Baltus Van Tassel hid in the church, the Hessian used materials at hand to create a makeshift harpoon to pull Lord Van Tassel from the hollowed building and ground. The Hessian then proceeded to drag the unfortunate lord into the fence, where the horseman wasn't affected by the sacred area, and beheaded him. In another scene, the horseman used a makeshift pulley from a rope and sandbag to quickly gain chase on the fleeing Ichabod, Katrina, and young Masbeth in the old windmill. The Hessian seems to possess great physical strength. He was able to stab Ichabod with his sword and throw him on the ground without effort. The Hessian was also able to throw the sharp wooden harpoon that was strong enough to impale Lord Van Tassel, even from at a distance, and a large glass window blocking his target. The horseman was also able to destroy the heavy blockade and survive the fire as the windmill engulfed in flames. Once the Hessian reclaimed his missing skull, his head slowly grew black back in the place of the stump which released him from Lady Van Tassel's hold. The Hessian is then reunited with his horse Daredevil, while sparing Ichabod, Katrina, and young Masbeth. He picks up the unconscious Lady Van Tassel from the ground. As the lady regains consciousness, the Hessian recognizes her as the little girl who had betrayed him to his death. The Hessian then gives Lady Van Tassel a bloody kiss. The kiss sealed the contract between Lady Van Tassel and the devil. The Hessian then rode into the tree of the Dead's Gate, taking the unwilling and screaming Lady Van Tassel to the netherworld with him to fulfill her end of the deal. In terms of trivia, this is the only non-speaking role that Christopher Walken had ever played in a film. Prior to this, Walken's character in the Dead Zone is seen reading the original book. Isn't that lovely? Yes, that it is. And the Legend of Sleepy Hollow is such a good book, and a famous one. He is also, the Hessian does not speak. He growls, breathes, and yells ferociously. In another version, the Hessian was instead decapitated by a cannonball. And the most bloodiest battle during the Revolutionary War was the Battle of the White Plains, where quite a few soldiers were decapitated by cannonball. But nonetheless, this Headless Horseman did in fact commit a home invasion. And yes, I'm a skeleton that coughs. I don't have lungs, I don't have organs. That's why I'm considered supernatural. And that will be it for today's second video. If you liked today's videos, feel free to share with your family and friends, like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And hit that bell to make sure you're notified for other videos like this one and others. Goodbye all, and see you next Monday. Indeed, next Monday. More content before I go away and Mr. Harland comes back from Seattle. See you all later, next Monday. Goodbye, everyone. See you next Monday. Yes. And be sure that you're not followed by the horseman. Have a scary Monday.